Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. I'm Rick Knowles, joined by the unshaven Rob Knowles this afternoon, as we've got 4 divisions of racing action on tap: Sportsmen, Renegades, Mini Modifieds, and Bombers. And the big thing about today's program, Rob, it's the final points race of 2009.
Qualifying action will be important, Rick, because you'll want to get into a position where you'll be starting towards the front in your qualifier. And then the feature events. Final point race, as you said, will be determining track champions in the Sportsman division, the Renegades, the Mini Modifieds, and the Bombers. We crowned it. You interrupt me! Taking the microphone. Well, let me hold the microphone for a second. Now I've got it. Last week, pay attention. Last week we crowned track champion in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds. That was Mark Tatawa. Pay attention! We'll crown 4 more track champions this weekend.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Give me the microphone back. In the Sportsman division, it's pretty much come down to Bucko Branham, who's got the biggest lead of any of the points leaders coming into tonight's race over Robin Wood.
Yeah, you would think he's in a pretty good position when you also figure in that the car counts have been down a little bit in the Sportsman class. 15 points is his lead going into the race this weekend. But Bucko's the type of guy, he races to win. And if it's a situation where he can play it safe running in second or go for the win and possibly risk having some type of incident or wreck on the track, he's going to go for the win. So Bucko always puts it right to the edge, and he's going to try to drive to the victory. And if that victory brings him a track championship as well, so be it. But Robin Wood's had a great season. Boy, nobody's won more races in the Sportsman class than Robin. He's got a half dozen under his belt. But Bucko of late was able to close in. It's really one bad week that Robin had down the stretch about a month ago now that has put him in the position that he's in, Bucko with that 15-point lead.
The 2008 Renegade track champion was Lonnie Rivers. He's in the hunt for the 2009 title, but he's going to have to run down Nick Haywood.
Nick Haywood's got 12 on him. A dozen points. That's the lead coming into this final race. Nick's been very good the last few weeks. After he totaled his car back in the month of August, his Camaro, they put this other car together, and he and his crew has really picked things up. And with the solid finishes that he's had, just talked to Lonnie over in the pits. Lonnie said, but they couldn't quite find the handle on the car that he would like. So he's now 12 points behind going into this final point race. But you know who wishes the season were about 3 weeks longer? Robert Gordon, because nobody's been faster. He's third in points, mathematically not out of it. And I want to say he's 19 out going into this race. And also still mathematically alive is Kevin Booten, who is 4th in the point standings. But both Booten and Gordon would have to have a lot of strange things happen in their favor in order to pull off a track title.
In the Mini Modified division, Bill Thwaites and Rick Donor have been exchanging the lead for the past 6 or 7 weeks. And Thwaites has the lead going into this final weekend.
That's another lead that's double digits. Billy Thwaites has been more consistent than Rick Donor down the stretch, and he's been beating Donor to the front, and that really has proven to be the difference. But again, all it takes is one mistake. All it takes is perhaps somebody else's mistake to take you out, and you could find yourself with a poor finish, and somebody could take that track championship away. So those 2 guys will duke it out in their feature event.
A month ago in the Bomber division, we were talking about how Josh Durivage had to do was show up, and he was going to be the track champion. A lot closer than that now.
Well, somebody forgot to tell Jason Blondo, whose finishes have been very good. Durivage has been running more in the middle of the pack for the last month. So Jason Blondo is now just 3 points out of the top position with that final point race this weekend. And the way he's been running, I would almost give him a slight edge going into that final race because he's been running faster than Durivage.
Last week you put me on the spot with a trivia question. I'm going to put you on the spot with one tonight.
All right, go ahead.
Name 6 villains on the TV series Batman.
Say again, I couldn't hear you.
Name 6 villains on the TV series Batman.
6 who? Villains? From Batman, the Riddler. Why are we having a trivia question now? The Riddler, Mr. Freeze, Catwoman, the Joker, the Penguin, and Egghead, which looks like you! Egghead!
I'm surprised he got 6. Amazing. Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh is next.
Final points weekend here at the Airborne Speedway, and the leader in the bomber points going into the final race is the guy that's standing next to me. This is Josh Durivage. Josh drives the number 88 in the bomber class. He's from West Jay-Z, and Josh, has been a pretty good season, it being your rookie season in the bombers.
Yeah, it's been a good season. Didn't think the car would ever be this good, but it has been very good.
A good question is, when did you get the racing bug? What led you out here on Saturday nights and helped you make the decision to come out and go racing?
A couple years ago, an enduro race, we built the car on the side of us here, and ever since that, it's just bad to fever, you know.
This is an expensive hobby. I guess I don't need to tell you after you've gone through a season now, but a lot of time has to go into this race car, and the lead, it's been a shrinking lead over the last few weeks in the points. Going into this weekend, are you nervous at all, or is just whatever happens, happens?
No, just whatever happens, you know. Car can only be so fast, and everybody's just getting faster.
What is it in the division? You kind of just answered a part of the question. Is it that everybody else has picked up their game, or is it maybe some problems that you've had mechanically that have allowed some of the other drivers to have better finishes, and you've been running kind of in the middle of the pack?
Yeah, when the tires get hot, they go away, and you know everybody's just getting really fast now, and it's hard to catch them when it's not staying the same speed.
So when you're in the position that you're in going into the final race, do you go over everything in the car with kind of a fine-tooth comb for this weekend?
Yeah, before I get here, I check every nut and bolt in the car and go through the whole thing, make sure it's top-notch.
So was your routine the same for this Saturday, and this Saturday and Sunday, really, as it was for any other?
Yeah, same thing, as always.
Talk about some of your competition, of course. The guy that's really after you is Jason Blondo. He's now just 3 points behind. About a month ago, he was a considerable distance behind, but he has really been running strong of late. And going into this race, the way he has run recently, he could be pretty tough.
Yeah, he's a good driver, very good driver. You know, sometimes I just get blocked up in traffic and he goes by, and it's hard to catch up when you finally get the opening.
In watching some of the races, it seems as though Blondo does a lot of very effective work on the outside of the racetrack, running right up on top. And your car seems to run a little bit better maybe in the middle of the track?
Yeah, in the middle of the track it works good. Up high is fast, but you got to have a really fast car to go.
And it can also be a little bit more high risk when you're running on the top of the track. If anybody else messes up down on the inside, they wash up right into you.
Yeah, up high it can be dangerous, you know, just hope and pray it sticks there.
So you go into the final race with a 3-point lead. Your attitude seems to be, whatever happens, happens. As you look back at the season, though, has it been one that's been a lot of fun? And have you looked forward as to what you might want to do in 2010?
Yeah, the season's been great. You know, I never thought I'd ever get this far, and I was just shooting for Rookie of the Year, and maybe next year I might move up, maybe to a Renegade, or maybe stay in the Bombers. Who knows? Decide over the winner.
I guess a big part of that is what's sitting in your wallet as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, is that a situation where you'd look to buy something? Is it something that you have guys that would help you maybe throw something together and build if you were to move up?
Yeah, if I could find a good car to buy, I'd buy it, or if not, me and my dad would build a car just as good as this one here.
Are you saving your bottles and cans?
Yeah, I've been trying.
Well, listen, congratulations going into on having a real good season, and good luck going into the final race. You got that 3-point lead, and it should be fun. You've got qualifying today and then the feature coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, should be real fun. Hopefully I get it.
All right, that's Josh Durivage, everybody. Stay tuned. More Motorsports Magazine is coming right up. Welcome back to Motorsports Magazine, joined now by a driver from the J&S Steel Sportsman Division, rookie driver in the division. This is Travis Bruno, who drives the number 33. And Travis, I think the season kind of started off a little bit slow for you. One would expect that with a learning curve moving into the sportsman class. But down the stretch here, your car's really come to life. Assess the season for us.
Yeah, we started slow. We're a rookie team. You know, we built the car from bottom up. We bought it was a good chassis. We had to put everything new on it. You only got a couple used parts, and that helped us start. A lot of sponsorship help this year. It's like you said, it's a rookie thing. We're learning. We've come a long way, I think, near the end of the season. Ended up with a first trophy last week. That was pretty exciting. I like to have been out on the track or victory lane, but we'll take them any way we can.
So what is it that has accounted for your improved performance here as we've gone into the last 6 weeks of the season? Clearly, this 33 has started to come to life.
I'll tell you what, a lot of help from everybody in this class all together. Everybody over at Buckles Garage and Sean Duquette's Garage, all those guys have helped us so much. Just listening and learning, keeping your mouth shut and listening to what they got to say.
Well, he is the professor after all.
Oh, Buckles been a great help. He helped us in the off season before we even got started. But I go over there and ask questions, and he just gives me answers. You know, when you're battling against him, it's good. It's awesome that they can do that.
Why was the sportsman class the right class for you?
We actually started out looking for a Renegade, and we got a really good deal on this car, and they said, why not, you know. It's a good place to learn, I think. It's a good, tough class, really good competition. Everybody's really close, and it's a very respectful division. You got a lot more respect, and sometimes some of the guys in the 4-cylinders are, you know, they're really young, and I can't knock them. They're doing a good job, but they got a lot of smashing out there, too.
Well, you talk about the 4-cylinders. We've had a lot of close competition in all of our divisions. But in the Sportsman division, you've got a couple of cars that have been extremely fast. But the way your car has come to life, as we wind down the season, I bet you're almost wishing there were about another month to go because your car has really picked up.
Oh, absolutely. We're learning. We're a young team all together, and I'm a rookie driver. But we're learning every week. We learn something new. Just checking the car after the race. It's not a one-day sport racing. People think just Saturday, but it's every day in the garage, learning, calling people, and figuring stuff out. Hopefully next year we get a little more races, not so many rains outs, and have a little more time to learn.
And that's my next question. Have you thought about next year? Sportsman class is going to be the class for you again?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking to one of our big sponsors right now, Adirondack Water, and looking to get a new car for next year, brand new RSB. So hopefully that'll help us out quite a bit.
Well, congratulations on your success in the 2009 season, and we'll look for bigger and better things next year as well.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Bruno's Repair Service, Adirondack Water, DeRocher's Auto Body, Lyman's Auto, Graphic Inc., G&G Muffler, and all my crew, Randy, Wayne, all Buckles crew, my brother Jason, my father, the flagman, all Sean Duquette's guys. Everybody in this class is such a big help.
How about Ormsby Realty?
Ormsby Realty as well.
Congratulations again on a nice season, and we'll look for you next year. All right, stay tuned. More Motorsports Magazines coming right up.
Outside row number 3, Travis Bruno in the 33. Outside, it's Rick Frenier in the 77. Jimmy Bushy drives car number 11. On the outside, it is Chris Reeves in the 00. Shotgun on the field, second place point man and 6-time winner this season here at the Airborne Speedway. Robin Wood on board the Gunny Bingo number 61. Robin is from Plattsburgh. They're racing. Green flag is out. Qualifying action is underway for the J&S Steel Sportsman, who had a smash-em, crash-em type of affair last Saturday night in their feature event, as they are running 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Here's Rick Frenier moving through, threading the needle with the 77, taking it right up against the wall. Out front, it's Danny Sullivan with car number 3. Mike Shagnon runs in the second spot with the 86. Travis Bruno from the outside has the nose in front for that third position. Brian McGinley in the 35 down on the inside, and Rick Frenier trying to get to the top 5. He's there on the outside running in the 5th spot. Jimmy Bushy down to the inside right behind McGinley. Side-by-side racing for the 5th position and also for the lead. Danny Sullivan drifting up the track into turn number 2, got a little bit loose. Mike Shagnon in the 86 had a peek down to the inside, but Sullivan was able to hold on a lead down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Travis Bruno making inroads as he continues to move towards the front of the outside as they're side-by-side down to the stripe, and it was Sullivan by about a foot. Shagnon trying to keep it down to the inside. Now McGinley with a peek down to the inside. They're 3 wide off turn number 2. McGinley looking for the lead. Shagnon in the 86. He's working the meat and the sandwich, and it is Sullivan on the outside with car number 3 taking it right up against the wall. Now 4 wide almost down the front stretch. Good racing out front and through on the inside. It's Brian McGinley taking the lead. Mike Shagnon drifting up the track in 2. That opened up running room for Brian McGinley in the 35. He's just kept it glued down to the inside, and he has taken the lead. Shagnon is sideways into turn number 4. Rick Frenier trying to come through now on the inside. Chief starter Weasel Bruno had an eye on that. A little tap to the 86 that might have sent him up the track. Frenier drifts up the track in turn number 2. That might open the door for Robin Wood, who is up to 3rd with the Rent-A-Wreck Gunny Bingo number 61. And now Wood going after that second spot into turns 3 and 4. Jimmy Bushy trying to follow Robin Wood through down to the inside. Brian McGinley's checking out up front. Side by side at the stripe for that second position. It looked like Frenier was hanging on to second, but he's not going to hang on to it now as Robin Wood has taken the second position away. Rick Frenier back to 3rd with the 77. Jimmy Bushy, who really banged up his primary car 2 weeks back, out with his car from last season, running in the 4th spot with the car number 11. Travis Bruno back to 5th with the Bruno's Repair Ormsby Realty number 33. Brian McGinley's lead is down to a half car length, and it's closing even faster than that as Robin Wood dives down to the inside into turn number 3. Popsicle sticks are out. Chief starter Weasel Bruno shows the field 2 laps to go in this first qualifier, and we've got a new leader. It's Robin Wood from Plattsburgh with the Gunny Bingo Rent-A-Wreck number 61 taking the lead. on the front stretch and into 1 and 2, and now checking out, pulling away from Brian McGinley down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. The lead is already 2 car lengths. Rick Frenier comfortably in the 3rd spot, although he's sliding up the track towards the wall off turn number 4. Gathers it up. Jimmy Bushy closing in for that 3rd position. Bushy with a peek down to the inside. Frenier doing a better job off turn 2. It was Bushy that time. You could see the rear end slide out from underneath the number 11. Well, out front, 2nd place point man Robin Wood. He led the points for much of the season here at Airborne, and he wins the first qualifier of the afternoon with Brian McGinley 2nd, Rick Frenier 3rd, Jimmy Bushy 4th, Travis Bruno 5th, 6th to Mike Shagnon, 7th to Chris Reeves, and 8th to Danny Sullivan to number 3. With the field for qualifier number 3, Kenny Davies in car number 9, the 61 for Danny Dubuque. Row 2, Kenny St. Germain in the 40, Mike Terry in the 65. Row 3, there's the point leader. That's Nick Haywood in car number 29, outside Josh Terry in the 43. Final row, Metal Man is on board number 2, and shotgun on the field in car number 5, that is Mark Karen. 8 cars ready to run, qualifier number 3. Here they come, off turn number 4, down the front stretch, there's the green flag. Slow start along the front stretch, and Danny Dubuque trying to take that lead into turn number 2, and down the back stretch, there he goes. Danny Dubuque in the number 61 has the lead. Running in the 2nd spot, Kenny Davies in car number, smoke billowing out of the back of that number 61. Dubuque has had some mechanical issues at times this season, but that smoke dissipates and he maintains the lead out front. Although again, see a little smoke in the corner. Davies in the number 9 running 2nd. 3rd, it's Kenny St. Germain. Here they come left and right. Nick Haywood looking down to the inside. St. Germain will take that inside line away. Mike Terry in the 65 trying to pick up a position on the outside with his car number 65. And he, of course, he's from Grand Isle, Vermont. They're running side by side for the 4th position. Now, Dan Dubuque holding on to the lead. He's using an old tactic out of the Wacky Racers. He's got the smoke screen set up for Kenny Davies. Kenny Davies, he finds running room down to the inside. It's clear sailing now. The smoke is out of his face, and Kenny Davies is going for the lead. He'll take the lead at the start-finish line. The 9 of Kenny Davies to the lead. Nick Haywood looking to follow him through. A wise comment, Rick?
Dan Dastardly.
That's a good one. Yeah, but using the old smoke screen. That's button activated. Here comes Nick Haywood in the car number 29. He's moving through. He'll get to the 2nd spot. Haywood, of course, is the points leader, running in the 2nd position, running well, and trying to chase down Kenny Davies. Kenny drives car number 9, and that number 9 is in honor of Ted Williams. Was a favorite baseball player, Kenny's dad. Kenny as well, an avid Red Sox fan, and that's why he chose the number 9 for his race car, paying tribute to the former and late Red Sox great. As we have a challenge for the lead. The 29 of Nick Haywood through on the inside in turn number 2, taking the lead away. The points leader is on point, and he will start to drive away from Kenny Davies in car number 9. Then it's a good gap back to Danny Dubuque, who is hanging on to that 3rd spot with a smoke screen working effectively. Keeping at bay Kenny St. Germain in the number 40 and Mike Terry in the number 65. Josh Terry is also there in car number 43. And then it's Mark Karen in car number 5. He's running in the 7th position. Nick Haywood's lead is up to 3 car lengths over Kenny Davies in car number 9. White flag is out for Nick Haywood. Danny Dubuque continues to hold on to that 3rd spot. They've been running side by side for the 4th position for several laps. Mike Terry and Kenny St. Germain, although St. Germain with a little bobble over there in turn number 2. Mike Terry looks up the racetrack, perhaps trying to get around Dubuque on the outside. Josh Terry was able to close in. Here's the checkered flag. Nick Haywood's going to win it. 2nd goes to Kenny Davies. The race for 3rd is Dubuque's. 4th, Mike Terry. 5th, Josh Terry. 6th will go to Kenny St. Germain. 7th to Mark Karen. And Metalman and the Deuce will finish 8th.
Field picks it up off turn 4. They're at the cone. We're underway. McCormick grabs the lead on the inside, on the outside. Bordeaux going 3 wide to try to pick up that number 2 spot. Bordeaux moves right alongside the 0-3 of Speedy Brissett. Now Brissett's going to look to the inside of McCormick. Brissett, McCormick, and now Bordeaux on the inside to make it 3 wide off turn 4. Look out, Seymour goes around in the 35. Brusso sideways in the 26. Look out, Matt Brusso just barely avoids the wall coming into turn number 1. Seymour's got his 35 refired. Big battle going on up front for the lead. Caution flag is out. And now Seymour and Brusso are exchanging pleasantries. 6th, and Brusso will restart 7th. Back to the green. Speedy Brissett on the outside, trying to pick up a spot and take the lead up the backstretch. But here comes Captain Thunder. Rick Donor on the inside now has third. Looks for a way by. Number 17 of McCormick drifts just a little bit high. Here comes Donor on the inside, zooming by. Donor gets the lead. McCormick back to second. Mr. Turd in that third spot. Speedy Brissett coming up on the outside of the 08. They'll battle for that number 3 spot. Matt Brusso has worked his way back up to the number 5 spot. Dave DeMoore 6th. Rick Woodruff is 7th. They're halfway. In practice, the 95 car was turning lap times right about the 21-second flat range. That's pretty good for this division. He's looking strong in the second qualifier as he's opening up some ground on the 17 of Jeff McCormick. 2 to go this time by for the captain. McCormick trying to hold off Bordeaux in the 08, who now looks to the inside as they come off turn 2. It's still McCormick by about 2 car lengths over the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux and the 03 of Speedy Brissett. And it's another car length back to the 26 of Matt Brusso. White flag is out. Speedy driven up high off turn 4. He smacks the front stretch wall. Right front tires off that automobile. He will try to lip it way back to the garage area. Yellow and checkers will come out this time by. Rick Donor's on cruise control. He's going to win this one. Second spot, that's up in the air. Bordeaux on the inside, McCormick on the outside. McCormick will get the second spot. Mr. Turd ends up in third. Fourth spot goes to the 26 of Brusso. And the fifth spot will go to the 86 of Dave DeMoore.
2 for Meadowman, 13 is Joe Warren, 26 for Dave Drake, the 0 Keith O'Neill, the 11 for Lance Raftoy, and the 28 for Jason Sawyer. That's the field. Green flag. 3 wide already going into turn number 1. Keith Pelkey has taken the lead from the outside of the front row. He'll lead him down the backstretch. Here comes Kenny Davies working the rim on the outside down the backstretch as they part Brian Pugh left and right. Down on the inside, the 61 of Dan Dubuque. On the outside, it's Davies in car number 9. Dubuque trying to move through on the inside. Davies has moved past on the outside to second. Side by side racing up the front stretch for spots 4 on back through the field. Dave Raptoy in the 21 running in that 4th spot, but he shoots right up the racetrack. Nobody is there, though, to fill down on the inside. Mike Terry trying to thread the needle. Kenny St. Germain trying to move up as they slot car race for the 6th position off of turn number 4 where they're still 3 wide. Brian Pugh right up against the wall. Kenny St. Germain has moved through for the 5th spot. Pugh on the outside of the 29 sliding backwards. Mike Terry drifts up the track. They're running 3 wide right around that 29 New York. Nick Haywood in the 29 down on the inside. Josh Terry in the 43 through the middle of the racetrack. And again, keep an eye on the 7, the 29. Those are the top 2-point men. That 29 of Nick Haywood, just keep an eye on number 7 and keep him in his sights. He'll be all set for a track championship. And right now, the defending track champion, Katyville's Lonnie Rivers in the number 7 car is 1 position, make it 2 positions in front of Nick Haywood as Josh Terry on the outside is able to get a spot away from Nick Haywood. The leader out front is Keith Pelkey, the Bourgeois IGA number 24. He's looking for his first win of the season. Kenny Davies runs in the 2nd spot with his number 9. 3rd, Danny Dubuque in the 61. 4th, Dave Raptoy chasing after Dubuque for that 3rd position. 5th is Mike Terry in the 65. He has won twice this year. The top 4 drivers right now in the running order, all looking for their first win of the season. Mike Terry's, he has bagged a couple of wins this year with the 65. Kenny St. Germain in the 40 runs in the 6th spot. Lonnie Rivers trying to get through on the inside. He's got Nick Haywood right on his back bumper. That's fine for Haywood, but not so well for Rivers. He's got to get to the front, and he's got to hope something bad happens at 29 if he wants to retain his track championship. Dave Raptoy in the 21 making a move on Danny Dubuque in the 61. In turn number 2, it's going to be Raptoy moving through on the inside. He'll take that 3rd spot, sliding up the track in front of Dubuque. So 3rd now is Dave Raptoy. 4th is Danny Dubuque. 5th is Mike Terry in the 65. Josh Terry trying to come through to the 6th spot down on the inside. Kenny St. Germain is sideways off turn number 4, and Josh Terry's going to take that spot. 6 for the freshman driver at the Beekmantown Central School, Josh Terry in the number 43. He is up to the 6th spot. Coming through on the inside is the 7 of Lonnie Rivers, and he is trying to get the 7th position away from Kenny St. Germain, who runs car number 40 on the outside. We got a spin over at turn number 3. It's Cody Kilburn spinning the 32. He's got the car fired, waiting to see if he is able to turn it around, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. Kilburn had to wait for the field to move past, so he was sitting down on the inside between turns 3 and 4. That's going to bring out the first caution flag of this 25-lap feature event for the. All right, ready to resume. Here comes the field off turn number 4, down the front stretch, green flag. Kenny Davies from the outside of row number 1. Keith Pelkey down on the inside. Pelkey's got the lead through turn 2, but look at the run that Davies is getting on top of the racetrack. Kenny Davies down the backstretch, has the lead into turn number 3 from the outside. Pelkey trying to fight back on the inside, slides up a little bit, doesn't make contact with Davies on the outside. Kenny Davies going to have the lead at the stripe. The 7-11 Mini Mart number 9 for Kenny Davies had the lead, but here comes Keith Pelkey back. He's got the lead down on the inside of turn number 2. Now Davies on the outside is going to take it back away by a nose down the backstretch into turn number 3. Seesaw battle for the top spot. Pelkey in the 24, Davies in car number 9. Here they come off turn number 4. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be Pelkey. So they trade the lead back and forth. Keith Pelkey had the lead that time from the inside. He's got the lead into turn number 2. Dave Raptoy trying to get in on the fight. He's running in the 3rd spot with the 21. Here comes Davies back on the outside. They were even into the 3rd turn. Pelkey and Davies side by side running wheel to wheel off the 4th turn. Keith Pelkey gets a good run off turn 4. He's got the lead again by about half a car length. Pelkey's the leader. Davies runs 2nd. Now sliding back a little bit. Here comes Dave Raptoy after him for that 2nd spot. Raptoy running 3rd but challenging now for the 2nd position. 4th is Josh Terry in the 43. 5th is Danny Dubuque in the 61. Running 6th, Mike Terry on the outside. Then it's Lonnie Rivers in car number 7. The 25 for Kevin Booten. Nick Haywood, the points leader. He's got a log jam in front of him. Right now, he's boxed. He's got Robert Gordon in front. He's got Joe Warren on his side. Good save there by Kenny St. Germain in the 40 on top of the racetrack. He was sideways. Dave Raptoy has taken that 2nd spot away. There goes Metal Man around at the back of the pack all by himself. He's trying to get his boat floated in the right direction, get back out on the track, and we can stay under your green flag conditions. Challenge for the lead. Dave Raptoy in the 21. Listen, that is a new car for Raptoy. It's the old Joe Peon 45, and he's just taken the lead. He demolished his car last week. They spent all kinds of hours this week putting that car together. Very little remains in that car that was Joe Peon's that he campaigned here a couple of seasons ago. But Dave Raptoy and his crew, a number of hours into that car, and it's paying off right now. He has the lead with car number 21. It's a 2-car length advantage over the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Josh Terry coming to life on the outside. He's trying to get to the show spot. He looks to move around the number 9 of Kenny Davies. Mike Terry is also trying to move in the 65. Davies has slowed with that number 9. Lonnie Rivers in the 7 car, right now running in the 6th position. 7th on the outside is Kevin Booten. 8th is Robert Gordon. Gordon has won the last 2 events in this division. 9th is Joe Warren in 13. 10th is points leader Nick Haywood in car number 29. 6th is Rivers in the number 7. 10th is the 29 of Nick Haywood. The points differential right now is not enough for Lonnie Rivers. He's got to keep passing cars, and they're running side by side right in front of him. Nick Haywood in the 29, he is not running nearly as fast as we've seen him the last several weeks. Right now, he'd be in a position to pick up 29 points. Running 6th, Lonnie Rivers would be in a position to pick up 36 points. So it would be a 7-point pickup for Lonnie Rivers. He's got to pick up 12, so he's 5 short. He needs to gain 2 to 3 spots. Oh, we got a spin in front. Keith Pelkey, perhaps with a little tap from the 43. He goes around down to the inside of turn number 4. That's going to bring out a yellow. Well, the yellow flag comes out. 17 laps showing complete. 25 the regular distance in a feature event for the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegades. All right, it's a slow pace into turn number 4. Here they come off the 4th turn down the front stretch. Green flag. Raptoy has the lead into turn number 2. He'll pull away down the backstretch. Josh Terry in that 2nd spot trying to hang on to the back bumper. They run side by side for spots 3 through about 12 as they're side by side from Kenny Davies all the way back really to about the 16th or 17th position, and that's the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Now Pelkey is trying to make hay. He was sent to the back of the pack after that contact up in turn number 4. Mike Terry had a bobble off the top of the 2nd turn. They're 3 wide down the backstretch racing for 5th. Joe Warren on the inside, the 13. The 25 of Kevin Booten works as the meat in the sandwich. On the outside is the 65 of Mike Terry. Joe Warren moves through on the inside. He's up to the 5th spot. Joe picked up his first win in this division about a month ago in that number 13. Lonnie Rivers trying to get to the inside of Kenny Davies. Rivers trying to get to the third spot. Nick Haywood, he sees that 7 moving. He's going to go himself. He's looking to the inside of Kevin Booten. Contact off turn number 4. Nick Haywood in the 29, the points leader, having to hang on to that spot. Right now, there are 5 positions in the differential between the 7 and the 29. Rivers runs in the third spot. 7th is was the 29, but Randy Ledoux has 7th on the outside. Right now, the 29 of Nick Haywood runs in the 8th position with inside 5 laps remaining. 8th position would pick up 32 points, 42 points to finish in 3rd. That's 10. He needs 12. Lonnie Rivers still has to try to get to the inside of Josh Terry, run down Josh Terry, and get inside that top 2. Haywood trying to come through on the inside. They're 3 wide into turn number 4. The points leader fighting for his life down on the inside. Hanging on as Randy Ledoux maintains that spot in front of him. Dave Raptoy still showing the way. Josh Terry still running 2nd. 3rd is Lonnie Rivers. There goes Haywood off the track at top turn 2. The points leader is off the track, losing positions. Lonnie Rivers right now is in a position to win the track championship. Yellow flag comes out. Nick, he's way up high as they come down for this restart. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Now out front, you've got 2 drivers that are looking for their first win this season. The 21 of Dave Raptoy, the 43 of Josh Terry. Here comes Terry up on the outside. Nick Haywood is picking off cars, threading the needle down the backstretch, but he's got a lot of cars that he's going to have to pass. A log jam right in front of him as well. 2 laps to go. Raptoy, the number 21, the 43 of Josh Terry. Rick, you keep an eye on Haywood towards the back, follow his progress. Lonnie Rivers is being challenged for 3rd. He's falling back to 4th right now. Joe Warren has the 3rd spot on the outside. Dave Raptoy, what a story this would be. Demolished his car last week, coming down to take the white flag. Totaled his race car last week, a new car for him this week, and he's looking to get his first win of the season. Down the backstretch, Lonnie Rivers is in a championship position right now. Down the backstretch, final time, points race for 2009 for the Renegades. Checkered flag is out. Swan, Vermont's Dave Raptoy is going to win it. 2nd to Josh Terry. Down at the stripe, 3rd Joe Warren, 4th Lonnie Rivers, 5th Randy Ledoux, 6th to Kevin Booten, 7th Keith O'Neill, 8th to Lance Raptoy, 9th to Kenny Davies. Not finishing in the top 10, Nick Haywood, and by virtue of that, of course, these guys still have to go through tech. Lonnie Rivers is going to retain his track championship in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division. Rivers will go back-to-back as the track champion, but what a great story. Dave Raptoy and his crew, hours and hours into that race car after they totaled it last week, and he wins for the first time this season. All right, thank you, Rick. First win of the year for this guy in the number 21, and he just had to find the right car to do it. Brand new race car, Dave Raptoy, everybody. Give a nice round of applause. Dave's from Swanton, Vermont. A lot of good guys in this division. They really help one another out. Very close racing. It's a division of parity, and here's one of the nicer guys in the division. There's a whole bunch of good ones back there. Congratulations. How many hours into this car this week?
Well, we got about 60 man hours in this one. We had 6 guys, 10 hours, all we could do to get it together.
We were telling everybody on the PA that last week you demolished your car in turn number 1.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It was just a racing thing, and we checked up, got hit from behind. This was great. I got to dedicate this to Steve Moore. I just found out today that his dad lost his life, so this is for you guys. We're thinking of you.
Well, Dave, you're always a consistent runner in this division, but it always feels good to end up here in victory lane. And when you think about all the hours that you put into the car this week, it has to be that much more gratifying.
It is. When I got home Saturday night and looked at the car, I said, I'm done. This is it for the year. But I had six of my buddies come over Sunday morning and said, no, you're not done. We're going to fix this car.
And you know the other thing that's good about it? Lance won't be able to rub it in all off-season that he had one win and you didn't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we can finally say we got the win. We had a few close ones this year, and we finally pulled it off.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, again, give a nice round of applause, everybody. That's Dave Raptoy. Of course, his brother Lance also in the division, and he did have a win earlier this year. That was the question that I referenced, trying to track down where's Lonnie Rivers.
Lonnie's right over there. Lonnie! Behind you.
It's tough to find Lonnie Rivers sometimes. He hides well behind people. He's not exactly going to play center for the LA Lakers anytime soon. Here he is, Lonnie Rivers. Congratulations. You and I talked yesterday, and you said you weren't real comfortable with the car and the way it was handling the last month, basically, or at least 3 or 4 events, but you put yourself in a position to have a chance.
Yes, I did. The car has been very loose coming in. Thanks to Skip Liberty. Skip worked on my car 3 days this week to get me up here, and we got the championship. Thank you very much, Skip. He adjusted the car. We made it run, and here we are, thanks to good luck.
Well, you know what, Lonnie? This division is always so close, and to repeat as a champion, that really is a feather in your cap and the guys that help you out.
It is. I want to thank all my crew guys. We got Jerry, Uncle Mike, Spud, Bug, Brittany. These are all the guys and girls that help me with my car every week, and they're here. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, track champion again.
Thank you.
And I know you and your crew, you know how to celebrate.
Yes, we do. Tonight we'll be having a lot of beer.
Okay, that's Lonnie Rivers, everybody. He defends his track championship in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division. Rick. Then it is the 09 for Rich Watson, the 57 for Howard Stoner, the 35 for Brian McGinley, and shotgun on the field is the 00 for Joe Steffen. All right, that's the field. We're under green. 25 laps the distance for the J&S Steel Sportsman cars. And leading out front, it is the 82 of Toby Ebersol. Ebersol is a former 2-time track champion of this division, and he's leading by 2 car lengths over Mike Shagnon in the 86 and Travis Bruno in the 33. Bruno, a rookie in the division, had his best finish of the season last Saturday night. Last Saturday night, it was a crash fest for these guys. A lot of teams had to put numerous hours into their automobiles this week to get them straightened out and back into one piece as they run side by side right now for that second spot. The 33 on the outside is Bruno. On the inside, here comes Sean Duquette in the 18. Duquette's car was way off the pace yesterday in the qualifying rounds. He's won twice this year with that number 18, and he is running back at speed, taking the second spot away from Bruno down the backstretch. Travis Bruno now runs third. Larry Underwood on the inside has fourth. Mike Shagnon on the outside runs in the 5th position. Rick Frenier trying to come through in the 77. He is running 6th. Again, the top 2-point guys are running right next to each other on the racetrack. The 61 of Robin Wood trailing the 20 of Bucko Branham by 15 points. Branham right now has 1 position in arrears to the 61 of Robin Wood. Now make it a couple, but Branham will follow him through on the inside as long as he keeps an eye on the back bumper. Then number 61, he is on his way to defending his track title. Out front, it's Toby Ebersol in the number 82. His lead is 3 car lengths over the 18 of Sean Duquette. Then it's about 5 car lengths back to the 33 of Travis Bruno. Larry Underwood has cleared Mike Shagnon into the 4th spot. Shagnon is falling back into the grip of the 39 of Bill Sawyer and the 77 of Rick Frenier. Sawyer to the inside of Shagnon's car. He's going to take the 5th spot away. And Rick Frenier and Robin Wood. Here comes Wood with a big move. He moves down to the inside of the 77 of Frenier off turn number 2. And Robin Wood will pick up a spot. Jamie Begor looking to do the same thing, filling the hole down to the inside of Rick Frenier's number 77 car. Robin Wood has moved through. He is now up to the 7th spot, challenging Mike Shagnon for 6th. He'll take that down on the inside. Robin Wood, a 6-time winner in this division, 2nd place point man. And really the differential between these two drivers is the result back on August the 22nd when Robin had a late race mechanical problem that led him to a 21-point finish while Bucko Branham was on his way to winning that event. And that is what's really allowed Bucko to hang on to the top point position. Right now there are 3 spots that separate the 61 and the number 20. Branham running in the 9th position, and Robin Wood is running in 6th. Toby Ebersol is the leader, but his lead has gone from 3 car lengths down to nothing, as the 18 of Sean Duquette is running just off the back bumper. It's about 5 feet, I guess, off turn 2 and down the backstretch. Then a good gap back to Travis Bruno, who runs 3rd in the 33, with Bill Sawyer in the 39 filling that 4th spot. 5th is Larry Underwood, but he just slid up the track off turn number 4, and that opened up the door for the 61. Robin Wood is into the top 5, and he is picking them off one by one using that inside line. At one point this season, that 61 car, back in June and July, he won 4 straight in this division. We've had some outstanding racing. I'm not sure any division at this speedway has benefited more from the reconfiguration and the track being repaved in this sportsman class, who have run side by side. We had a feature event earlier this year for 13 laps. They raced back and forth, slicing and dicing for the top position, and it's been a lot of side-by-side racing all season long for these guys. Toby Ebersol in the 82 continues to lead by about 2 feet that time at the start-finish line, with the 18 of Sean Duquette still running in that 2nd spot. Bill Sawyer is running 3rd, 4th Robin Wood, 5th Travis Bruno, 6th is the 73 of Larry Underwood, 7th is Bucko Branham in the 20. 8th is Jamie Begor in the 19. 9th is Tyler Terry. Mike Shagnon rounds out the top 10, and this race is halfway through the feature event for the J&S Steel Sportsman. Sean Duquette is right off the back bumper, the 82 of Toby Ebersol, but he cannot find a way around. Really can't get there to quite challenge the number 82 just yet. At 39 of Bill Sawyer is slowly reeling him in, it seems, but sand is running out of the hourglass if he is going to chase down the top two competitors and throw his hat into the ring for a win. The 61 of Robin Wood is also chasing the top three drivers down, it appears. He's closing in on the back bumper of Sawyer, and actually Sawyer is closing quickly on the 82 and the 18, although he's sideways. It jinxed him sideways that time off of turn number 4, and he lost about a car length. And he lost a car length not only to the 18, but also to Robin Wood, who is reeling him in. The points leader, Bucko Branham, moves to the inside of Larry Underwood's car down the backstretch and into turn number 3. He's trying to get to 6th, and he will. Here comes the field with 10 to go for Toby Ebersol. Toby Ebersol in car number 82, 4th place in the point standings, looking for his first win. He's the only driver in the top 6 in points to not have a victory this season, looking to get one this afternoon. Sean Duquette in the 18 has won twice. Bill Sawyer in the number 39 is 9th in the points. He is also looking for his first win. But with time remaining in this race, don't count out that number 61 of Robin Wood. Even though he's sitting in the 4th spot, there's still time for him to make something happen as he looks to the outside of the 39 of Bill Sawyer. Duquette took a peek into turn number 3 to the inside of Toby Ebersol, but could not fill the hole. It's the 82 of Ebersol, the 18 of Duquette, the 39 of Sawyer, the 61 of Wood. Little contact into 2. Wood backed off, and that allowed the 39 to straighten things out. They freight train the top 4 do around the track into turn number 4. And they'll start slicing and dicing pretty soon if Duquette wants to try to make something happen, if he's going to make a move to try to win for the 3rd time this season in that J&S Steel Sportsman number 18. Bucko Branham, the points leader, has had a very smooth race. Looking to the inside of Travis Bruno. He's looking to get in the top 5. Remember, 6th or better, and he clinches the track title. The 61 of Robin Wood trying to find room to the inside of the 39 of Bill Sawyer. None to be found. There was contact on the left rear of Sawyer's car. Wood with the right front. Bucko Branham has cleared Travis Bruno. He has that 5th spot. Bruno now running in the 6th position. Jamie Begor is 7th. 8th is Larry Underwood. 9th is the 44 for Tyler Terry. Jimmy Bushy runs 10th. Caution flag is out for the first time in this one as Travis Bruno's number 33 is sideways over in turn number 4. Travis 13th is Danny Sullivan, 14th is Howard Soner, 15th is Jamie Atkins. All right, those cars in the top 15, here they come. Off turn number 4, green flag. Ebersol and Duquette even into turn number 1. Into turn number 2, Ebersol works right down to the inside, now drifts up the track a little bit. Bill Sawyer looking perhaps down to the inside. They're even into the 3rd turn. Here comes Robin Wood on the outside as well. Wood right now running in that 4th spot. Throw a blanket on the top 4 cars. They're still side by side as they race down the front stretch. It was the 82 at the stripe by about 5 feet, but we bring the yellow flag back out. Yellow flag is out. We've got a car up in the turn number 4 wall. That's Brian McGinley's number 35. Looks like he made pretty significant contact with the wall coming off of turn number 4. Brian was running in the top 10 at the time. And all right, here comes the field. Slowly into turn number 4, down the front stretch on the hammer. Green flag. Duquette even into turn number 1, nosing ahead into turn number 2. Ebersol drifting up the track. Here comes the 39 down to the inside, trying to fill the lane. Here comes Sawyer. Sawyer making it 3 wide for the lead. There goes Duquette off the top of turn number 3. Robin Wood goes atop the racetrack. Yellow flag. Bill Sawyer made a move down to the inside going into turn number 3. Toby Ebersol was working as the meat in that sandwich with his number 82. On the outside was Sean Duquette's number 18. And from our vantage point, I'm not sure that the 39 made any contact with the car that was in the middle of the track. It looked like Sawyer tried to hold the line down on the inside. But Bill Sawyer pulling to victory lane for the first time this season. 5 laps remain. They'll try to shake it out. And here they come. Green flag. Even again off turn number 1 into turn 2. Here comes Robin Wood moving down to the inside. It's a 3 wide move down the backstretch. Robin Wood going for win number 7 this season. Down to the inside. Has the nose in front. We got Shagnon spinning in the middle of the pack. They're 3 wide off the 4. Turn. Yellow flag. Yellow flag comes back out with Mike Shagnon spinning. And hard to play here for Toby Ebersol in the 82. Let's see how it works out. Green flag. Ebersol in the 82 has the lead into turn number 2, trying to protect that inside line. Does a much better job that time off the second turn, but you can see the run that Sawyer picks up. They're dead even into turn number 3. Right behind them, Wood and Branham run side by side. Here they come off turn number 4. Down the front stretch of the stripe, Bill Sawyer's going to have the lead. Look out, they touch it to 1. There goes Sawyer, sliding into turn number 2. Robin Wood trying to come through. Sawyer spins, yellow flag is back out. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Robin Wood has the nose in front in turn number 1. Now through turn number 2 on top of the racetrack. He's going to take the lead off 2 down the backstretch. Robin Wood will slide down to the inside. He's got the lead. Bucko Branham still running in that 3rd spot. Toby Ebersol, the number 82, works down to the inside of the track. Robin Wood leading and pulling away. 6 wins, looking for win number 7. Where Bucko Branham runs right now, he is 4th with Tyler Terry on the outside, at least at this point, running in the 3rd spot. They'll go back and forth for that 3rd position. But right now, as they run on the track, Robin Wood is still going to end up in the 2nd spot in points. He may be on his way to win number 7, but Branham is well positioned to retain the track championship. Robin Wood into turns 3 and 4. His lead now at about 8 car lengths. Bill Sawyer spinning over in turn number 2. A white flag is out. And no, we will not get the white flag out. The leader did not take the white flag. It's going to bring out another yellow flag. Bill Sawyer over in turn number 2. Now 23 showing complete. Bucko Branham in car number 20 running comfortably in the 3rd position. 4th on the outside. Tyler Terry in the number 44. And Rick Frenier in the top 5 now with the 77. All right, those cars top 5, here they come. Green flag. Toby Ebersol sliding his car down to the inside in front of Bucko Branham. That will take some of Branham's momentum away. But off of turn number 2 down the backstretch, Branham has his hands full with the 44 of Tyler Terry. Good racing as well for the 5th spot between Rick Frenier in the 77 and Jamie Begor in car number 19. White flag is out. Now Branham, should he get touched or knocked out of the race, then Robin Wood would have a chance at a track championship. And it looks like Branham, even on the final lap, is trying to take a position from Toby Ebersol. Out front, it's Robin Wood. Here he comes off of turn number 4, down the front stretch. Checkered flags are out. Win number 7 for Robin Wood. Toby Ebersol 2nd. Bucko Branham 3rd. That clinches back-to-back track titles, as there's a gaggle of cars up in turn number 4. But there's no doubt about the winner, Robin Wood, and the track champion, car number 20, for Plattsburgh's racing professor. That's Bucko Branham. Went through a stretch earlier in the season where he won 4 straight events. Win number 7. Give him a nice round of applause. Everybody's climbing out of his car now. Robin Wood, Plattsburgh, gets the 7th checkered flag of his season. Well, it was another typical Robin Wood race, methodically picking your way towards the front, 1 car at a time.
Thanks. Yeah, the car was actually a little bit tight tonight. I think it's to do with the ACT rubber, but we had an awesome year. We won 7 races. We lost the championship to Bucko, but at least it gets to stay in the year. And I got to thank my guys, my dad especially, Rudy, Nikki, Gary, Lee, Barb, Julie, everybody that helps me out. Ganelka Territorial Bengals, Renerac, Plaza Barbershop, and Daniel Signs.
When you started the season, 7 victories would be a pretty lofty goal. So as you assess things, you must be feeling pretty good about your team and your overall effort.
Oh yeah, I think we've had the fastest car since the first week. So I mean, 7 wins. We lost the championship by a little bit, but we're not complaining. It's an awesome year either way.
Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
All right, another round of applause for Robin Wood, everybody. And here's Bucko Branham. Bucko, congratulations. Back-to-back track championships for you.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. I told my brother-in-law, Bob, earlier, I wanted the most wins this year, and Robin won the championship, but he got the most wins, and I got the championship. So either way, it doesn't matter. I'd rather have him at the championship because I've already got one.
Well, now you go back and see if I can have you slide just a bit because thanks, cutting out the signal. But again, you've had a very successful season, particularly the second half. The car's been so good.
Yeah, we were actually just as quick as Robin today, but we're a little low on frame height, so I had to make some changes and kind of loosen the car up a little bit. So, but we should pass that pretty easy.
Well, year number 26 for you is another successful season in a track championship. Again, back-to-back. Great job.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Liquor and Wine Warehouse. They've been helping me out all season, and Northern Sanitation. Daniel Signs, they help me out every week with decals. And Fastenal, all our parts. And Marshall Homes, everybody who's contributed all through the year. Barks Convenience Store, everybody. Even Robin's crew, they feed us information. We feed off each other, but apparently they don't feed me enough.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Buck O'Brien, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause.
And we come back to the 95 of Rick Donor, Billy Thwaites in the 69. The 07 for Rick Woodruff, the 2 for Eric Riel, Speedy Brissett the 03, Shotgun Seymour in the 35, Rob Clark the 84. Here they come off turn 4, green, fly is out. On the outside, McCormick grabs the lead coming off turn 2. He's going to bring Steve Brissett with him. Look at the points leaders in the back of the pack. Rick Donor's already picked off 5 cars. Meanwhile, Thwaites about 6 cars behind Donor. Right now, they'd be tied. Steve Brissett leads lap number 1 in the 10. McCormick on the outside, Bradley on the inside in the 77. They battle together for the number 2 spot. Dusty D from the Mighty Key moves up on the inside. He now takes 4th. Outside, Bobby Levere in the 5, then Jimmy Collins in the 02, Billy Jenkins in the 33. Captain Thunder, Rick Donor in the 95, working his way up to the top 5. He now moves through on the inside. He now runs in the number 7 spot, inside of Justin Donor in car number 1. It's still Steve Brissett, your leader up front. Dusty D running in the number 2 spot. In the 12, Bradley runs 3rd in that 77. Collins is 4th in the 02. And then McCormick 17. Donor in the 95. He's running in the 6th spot. Justin Donor runs 7th in the 1. Outside, Bobby Levere in the 5. In the 8th spot, Chris Levere is 9th. Top 10 rounded out by the 88 of Tom Santillo. 11th is the Jenkins 33. 12th, outside right now, is Martin inside Thwaites in that number 13 spot. Inside move for Dusty D. And Dusty D from the Mighty Key is going to grab the lead going into turn 3. Steve Brissett trying to come right back on him. Caution flag is out. The 77 of Bradley has spun over in turn 2.
I think Rick Donor might be headed back to the pits, Rick. I think he's got a tire. Left front tire's going down.
Yeah, the left front tire is flat on the 95.
I think he had contact as he was trying to hustle his way to the front. Perhaps
are your top 2 cars. The 02 of Jimmy Collins, the 1 of Justin Donor run 3rd and 4th. Bobby Levere, Chris Levere run 5th and 6th. Back to the green. On the outside, Dusty D in the 12 grabs the top spot. He is going to bring Justin Donor in the 1 with him. Steve Brissett on the inside in the 10, running in the 3rd spot. Chris Levere's on the move in the 4, as is Gilligan. Randy Martin in the 77. That's a name we have not mentioned yet this afternoon, but he is picking up ground on the outside. Martin looking for his 3rd victory of the season in the mini-modified division. Now has moved into the top 5. Continues to gain ground on the outside of the speedway. This time by the mini-modifieds will be halfway. 7 down, 8 to go. Dusty D is your leader, but Justin Donor right there in the 1. 5 car lengths back to the 3-car battle for the number 3 spot. Here comes Justin Donor on the inside now. Dusty D still with a half a car length advantage. Martin on the far outside battles with Chris Levere now for the number 3 spot. At the stripe, Dusty D by just a nose in the 12. But now Justin Donor moves through on the inside. He sticks his nose in front. They're side by side up the backstretch. It's 7 car lengths back to Gilligan, who brings the number 77 into the number 3 spot. LeVere trying to come right back on the inside, but Martin now has third. And Justin Donor has the lead. Donor in the 1 is your leader. Dusty D now back to second. Randy Martin runs third. Chris LeVere is fourth. 5th spot goes to the 0-2 of Jimmy Collins. Steve Brissett runs 6th. 7th is Bill Thwaites. 8th, Tom Santillo, and Rick Donor has worked his way up to 9th. It's taken him 5 laps, but he's moved into the top 10. Justin Donor now with a couple of car lengths on Dusty D in that 12 car. But what was a 7 car length gap back to Randy Martin has now turned into 3. Martin is closing in on the leaders. He's pulled away from Chris LeVere in that number 4 spot in car number 4. Thwaites 4 car lengths back in the 69, running 5th. Collins is 6th. Donor has now moved into 7th in the 95. Be 2 laps to go. Next time by for Justin Donor. And here comes Randy Martin. He's the guy you're going to have to keep an eye on. Martin moves through on the inside of Dusty D and takes that number 2 spot. 2 laps to go for Justin Donor. Randy Martin in the 77 trying to close that gap. It's down to a car length and a half. Dusty D back to 3rd. 4th spot goes to the 69 of Thwaites on the outside by Justin O's. Chris LeVere right there battling back on the inside. 6th is now Rick Donor. 7th to Jimmy Collins. Santillo 8th. Brissett 9th. And Billy Jenkins rounds out the top 10. White flag is out for Justin Donor. Will Randy Martin have enough time to run him down? He's got the lead down to a car length, but he's running out of time. This is the final set of turns. Here comes Martin on the inside. Donor on the outside off turn 4 and down the stretch they come. Justin Donor wins it. Randy Martin gets second. Dusty D finishes third. 4th spot goes to the 69 of Bill Thwaites, and Chris LeVere rounds out the top 5 in car number 4. Well, Randy took a shot on the inside. Actually, perhaps had a nose in front coming into turn number 3. But Justin Donor gets it done coming off turn 4 on the outside. Picking up. Justin Donor's your winner. Rob's got him. Let's go back downstairs.
All right, Rick, here is Justin Donor. 3rd win of the season for you, and you were just able to hold off Randy Martin down the stretch.
Yeah, I tried to hold him off as much as I can. He was only 2 points behind me in points, and he would have took the 5th spot away from me, so I held him off as much as I could.
You know, your car was really good for the better part of the season, or just about a month stretch there, maybe 2 or 3 weeks where you had some mechanical issues, electrical problems, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had all kinds of problems, from motor work to suspension work, all kinds of problems this year.
Well, you finished the season, though, on a strong note. It's been real fast again for about the last month, and to get your 3rd win, pretty gratifying.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd win this afternoon.
Thank you.
All right, Justin Donor gets 3rd win of the season.
Okay, let's go.
Cody Myers, the 75. Matt Rabideau's 85. Cellateri, the 23. Curtis Timor, the 87. Mike Whalen in the 11. We are underway. Marshall Lefebvre joins the field at the back of the pack in the 57A. We've got bombers going every which way on the backstretch. We've got the 3 of Demore involved. Terry driving number 23 involved. Matt Rabideau's 85. Major front end damage on the 31 car of Joe Jeanette. You see the fluid pouring out of that automobile. Gervage, the points leader. And the Magnum, 357. Kurt Seymour will start outside row 3. Jason Blondo, Bill Joyle, row 4. Back to the green flag. Well, they're bringing it 3 wide down the front stretch already. Look at Blondo trying to get ahead of Duravage. He does. Blondo has gotten around the 88 of Josh Duravage, and he's already put 2 cars in between them. Blondo's now moved into the number 4 spot. Duravage is going to try to pick ground in between cars and follow Blondo right through to the front. Joey Fountain leads the way in the 77. And it's 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Bill Desatel inside in the 19. Scott Richner in the middle, outside the 5 of Jason Blondo. Desatel now falls back. Blondo on the outside goes to second. Richner is back to third. And it's a battle for the fourth spot between the 19 of Desatel and Seymour's 357. Things are looking awfully good right now for Jason Blondo in the hopes of picking up a track championship. He drifts a little bit high coming off turn number 2, but nonetheless, he's going to have the lead. Jason Blondo is your new leader. Joey Fountain back to second. And it's a good battle for the number 3 spot between Desatel and Richner. Blondo pulls away in the 5 as the green slime is making a big move on the inside. Josh Laporte has picked off 4 or 5 cars and moved through. He's going to now have the number 2 spot. The green slime plus that red door on the outside. Laporte now running in the number 2 spot in the 45. Fountain 77 back to third. Here comes a 4-wide move. Leclerc in the far outside. And Curtis LeGrave Jr. Look out, that doesn't work. Nice job by Josh Leclerc to hold on to it, but Bill Desatel now goes around in the 19, but he's going to keep going. We'll stay green. Jason Blondo up front in the 5. Josh Laporte is second. And right now, the points leader, Josh Durvage, mired back in that number 6 spot, trying to find a way around the 77 of Joey Fountain. Next time by, the Monster Energy Drink Bombers will be halfway, and we've got a battle up front between the 5 of Jason Blondo and the Green Slime Plus. Josh Laporte in the 45 looking to move through on the inside. Josh trailed the leader by 26 points coming to this main event, but with Jason Blondo running right alongside, there's no way Josh has a chance at the title. Unless something would happen where the 5 and the 88 would fall out of contention. Josh Laporte has taken the lead, but Jason Blondo right now is winning the war. Laporte leads it. Blondo is second, but right now Blondo has the points lead. Curtis LeGrave Jr., a car that started well at the back, has now worked his way into the number 3 spot. Bill Joyles, 57, now runs 4th. 5th goes to the 7 of Josh Leclerc. 6th, the 88 of Josh Durvage. Curtis Seymour running 9th. Cody Myers rounds out the top 10 in the 75. Blondo again looks to the outside of the green slime. They run side by side off turn number 2. A little bit more power down the backstretch for Josh Laporte. He starts to pull away, but Blondo gains ground in the corners. 2 cars closing in on both the first and second place cars are the 72 and 57. 5 to go for your leader. Look out, a little bit of contact between the Joyle 57 and the 72 of the Grave. Nice save by Curtis to hold on to that car. Black flag's going to be pointed at the 57 as they come by this time. 3-car length advantage for Josh Laporte in the Green Slime Plus. Jason Blondo now 2-car lengths behind in second. Curtis LeGrave another 3-car lengths back in the 72. With Bill Joyles 57 trying to find a way by that 72 car. It's a good gap back to Josh Leclerc, who runs 5th. Josh Durvage is 6th. Right now, Josh needs a miracle if he's going to get that track championship. He would need something to happen to the number 5 car. Right now, Blondo is pretty much running by himself in that number 2 spot. 2 laps to go this time by for the Green Slime Plus. Josh Laporte in the 45B has the lead. Took the lead on lap number 6. And he has maintained his advantage over Jason Blondo. Right about now, Blondo would be very happy just to stay in that number 2 spot. If he stays there, he'll pick up a track championship in 2009. White flag is out for Josh Laporte. Blondo now a car length behind, taking a look on the outside. Curtis LeGrave starts to close in once again in the 72. Into turn 3 the final time. It's still the Green Slime Plus holding on. Blondo takes one last shot on the outside. It's not going to be enough. Josh Laporte wins it in the 45. Jason Blondo gets second. Third spot goes to the 72 of Curtis LaGrave. And fourth spot will go to the 357 of Curtis Seymour.
All right, thank you very much. Come on over here, Josh Laporte. Congratulations on win number 2, and you had to chase down some of the real fast guys to do it.
Yeah, it was really tough. I won my qualifying heat last night. I had to start way in the back today, but it really helped out in the long run.
Where did you find that you were picking off cars left and right on this racetrack? Was there a particular part of the track today that was working for you?
More on the inside. The inside has been great all year long for me, so that's where I stayed.
And the competition, again, very fast. Hardly any cautions for the Bombers last week. I think you ran your feature in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that helps out when there's no caution, because when you get out front, you can stay out there. So.
Well, congratulations on win number 2 for you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Josh Laporte, give him a nice round of applause. Where's Blondo? Oh, and that long ago, this kid was in my Global Studies 10 class up at Northeastern Clinton, and he wins his first track championship in the Bomber Division. And I was just looking through my notes. The worst finish you've had is 6th, dating all the way back to July 11th, and that's what wins somebody a track championship. Your car's been pretty consistent.
Yeah, keeping it consistent, trying to run up front, and I'm here.
Well, I know you're here because a lot of people have helped you out as well.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank all my sponsors, my parents, my girlfriend, Chris Gay, Randy Martin, people from Ellenberg Auto Parts, A&A Auto, Hartson's Total Opening, Lake Champlain Roofing, Best Friends Family Diner, Woodman of the World, Yard by Yard Lawn Care, Adams Glass, and a whole bunch more. Garcel's Auto Sales.
Wait a second. I'm not sure there's any other towns or businesses in the northern tier left. So they're all on your race car. Have you thought about next year?
I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. Either this or a mini mod, one or the other.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy this championship.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jason Blondo with the championship in the Bombers. And I think we'll be drawing a winning fifth.
That's going to wrap up Motorsports Magazine for this evening. Final points races from the 2009 season, Rob, in the books, and we've got our 2009 track champions.
Yeah, in the sportsman division, Bucko Branham repeats. Bucko raced a smart race, was able to work his way methodically to the front, picking off one car after the next. Robin Wood wins for the 7th time this year, but Bucko was really solid down the stretch, and that allows him to win back-to-back track champions. He didn't win his first until his 25th season of racing, and now he wins again in his 26th. So there's a trend started there with Bucko's team.
Like fine wine, the older the better?
Perhaps it is.
7 wins of the season for Robin Wood. That's a pretty amazing fact in a division with such good competition.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of side-by-side racing, but right from day, and Robin said that in his Victory Lane interview as well, right from day number 1, he thought his car was probably the fastest. I think it took Bucko a few weeks to figure it out, but once he did, his car was pretty darn fast as well, and obviously fast enough to win him a track title. But Robin has to be very proud of his effort this year, too.
In the Renegade division, Lonnie Rivers miraculously wins the track championship after a mishap for Nick Haywood on lap number 22. And you really can't say enough about Dave Raptoy either, getting the win. Hard work from the crew all week long, getting a backup car put together.
22 laps into the race, and Nick Haywood was still in a position to win a track championship. And then he had contact over in turn number 2 that sent him off the top of the racetrack. And that contact really cost him the championship. Lonnie Rivers put himself in a position to win a track title, stayed pretty clean right throughout the race, and he ends up winning the track championship, and there's another guy that repeats. So congratulations. Not easy to do in that division, a division that is well known for its parity. Lonnie Rivers repeats as the track winner, as the track champion.
I got a feeling you may hear the name Dave Raptoy a little bit later in the program. But let's talk about the mini modified division, where the battle for the points championship was pretty much ended early when Rick Donor had the flat tire on lap 5.
Left front tire goes flat for Rick Donor. Billy Thwaites, who had been run a very smooth, conservative race, found himself running in the top 5 down the stretch. And for Billy Thwaites, a smart race today. And down the last, 5 or 6 weeks, I don't think he's finished worse than second. Today was actually his worst finish in the last 6 events. So congratulations to Billy and his team. Rick Donor, another second-place point finish.
A win for Justin Donor.
Yeah, Justin Donor picked up his 3rd victory of the season, and were it not for some mechanical issues that he had in the middle of the season, he probably would have been right in the thick of things points-wise as well.
In the Bomber division, Josh Laporte picks up the victory. Jason Blondo is the 2009 track champion.
Yeah, Jason Blondo was very consistent down the stretch. His worst finish, and I mentioned this to him in Victory Lane, going all the way back to July 11th, was 6th. And when you finish in the top 6 from July 11th to the end of the season, you're going to put yourself in a position to win a track championship. Josh Durivage just didn't have the same speed that we saw him have earlier in the season, and down the stretch, Blondo was able to chase him down and then pass him on the final event.
And a nice job by Josh Laporte to get another victory in the Bomber division.
Yeah, Laporte has been solid pretty much through the season, mixed in a couple of bad finishes as well, but he was third in the points, still mathematically had a shot to win a track championship today, but with Blondo and Durivage both running in the top 10, and Blondo eventually with his solid finish of second, Laporte will end up third in the point standings.
Well, it's time to pick a Watson Glass Driver of the Week. I already know Gene Gagne's pick, and that matches my pick. It's going to go to Dave Raptoy.
Yes, it will. It's a unanimous pick as well. Totaled his car last week, put a brand new car together, one that Joe Peon had campaigned here not too much last year, but for the entire 2007 season. And that is going to be a wise pick and a good pick. Excellent work by Raptoy.
Thanks to Jim Watson from Watson Glass for providing the funding for the Watson Glass Driver of the Week Award. Thanks to Gene Gagne from OutsideGroove.com, Brian McBride from Plattsburgh.com, and Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable. For Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Hope you enjoyed the program. Until next time, have a good week, everybody.